Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're back with Vox O'Clock for episode 9, campaign 1. The episode is titled Yug'Voril Uncovered. Now, I don't know if I'm saying that right. I think it's Yug'Voril. It could be Yug'Voril. We, in the Patreon hour, we did a little short of an hour. I think we did like 50 minutes, 45 minutes. We came across the Queen. The Queen had an elf and a dwarf on her sides. They were to protect her, I guess, but they died very quickly, as opposed to the live stream where we were fighting this entity for pretty much the entire hour and a half. They went down so quick. They were taken out like as if they weren't even there. And in the process, I talked about at the end of the Patreon hour, Orion did a fireball. It was one of the first things we did, Tiberius, in the radius caught Grog, and he didn't make a huge deal of it, but he did his typical Orion thing where he was like, I said I wanted to do it in the juicy spot of the three, and Matt's like, yeah, I literally pointed right here, and was like, this is good, and you said yes, and you knew the cart was there. You could clearly see the cart on the battle map with Grog inside it, and you said that was good, and he goes, well, obviously I wouldn't have done that there if I knew it was going to hit Grog. Well, then you're a moron. If someone's pointing and your character does a fireball, it's your job to understand the radius of something. I honestly didn't understand, or I just didn't know. I didn't know how far the radius of a fireball went. In my mind, I was thinking it probably would go pretty far out, but the fact that he didn't say anything made me think, oh, well, then Grog must be safe. But Matt was pointing, you confirmed it, and then after the fact, he was like bitching. He knew he was wrong, though, because he quickly backed down, and you could see he was one of those people making excuses that knows they're wrong, but they don't want to look stupid, which is exactly how he looked. And instead of just accepting it, he looked even more stupid, trying to somewhat defend the choice he made. Didn't matter, because everyone died except the Queen. The Queen is left alive, and that is where we're at right now. There was also a mind flayer that was hiding and shot us with a cone of mind control or whatever, where our heads rock like we're going to have the worst hangover imaginable. Vex, Trinket, and Pike were caught in that blast, but we then took out the mind flayer with another fireball. So, I mean, Tiberius is a very useful character, but Orion is not a useful person. He is annoying on so many levels, and you guys told me it only gets worse from here. I'm assuming that's not even the half of it. It looked like Travis was all sorts of pissed off when he did get caught in the fireball. I didn't hear anybody else. Maybe I missed it, but I didn't hear anybody else question it at the time. But I feel like Travis always looks like he's hating on Orion because Orion always just says and does stupid shit. And I said in campaign 2, I don't ever recall Travis being like a certain way emotionally to anybody. He always seemed in good spirits. So for him to have that face for several episodes, like he wasn't in the last one, but before that episode, I remember him looking a certain kind of way where I was like, Travis does not look happy. So that being said, right now we have the Queen. We have Grog. We got him loose. Grog, we released all the bands. He broke the rest of them. Grog's up and running. We have everything we need. We have everyone we need. And the Queen made a comment saying, like, please don't kill me because I have information or something. Vax was like, yo, tell us about K'varn, and that's where we're at. You guys want to see more of what I do? In the description is the link for Patreon, where you'll see the Patreon hour exclusive for every episode of Campaign 1 and 2. You want your own requested show or movie, go to the link, ask me to watch whatever you want at a certain tier level, and I will do so. That is how we have thousands of exclusives like Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest. Once Upon a Time is starting season 4. We just started Sherlock, Leverage, Warehouse 13, finished up with Eureka and Cobra Kai's final seasons, just finished Severance new season the other day. Yellow Jackets is almost done with season 3. We're also doing Pushing Daisies, Good Omens, Outer Banks, thousands of other movies and shows. Check it out, full unedited, if not. Campaign 1, Episode 9, Yug'Voril Uncovered.
Are you rolling persuasion for this?
Yes, I am.
Vax is asking about K'varn. Rolling perception on this.
I know many things. She kind of leans forward a little bit and then just spits right in your face.
Oh my god.
Do you want to suck her mind? I tighten my grip on her just a bit.
I did not expect that. She was asking to be released.
Forward.
Why would you spit?
Kind of brings his hand up.
That was the worst thing the Queen could have done. What are you, an idiot?
Right.
We're literally at the brink of killing you. We might have not killed you.
His voice kind of echoes through all of your minds.
At the end of the Patreon hour, I'm like, she might have a chance if she plays her cards right. She spits.
What you know. And you see his eyes flicker with this strange blue energy.
That's nuts to me. Literally, the last thing I said in the Patreon hour was, she has a shot at surviving
Alar's
if she
eyes
plays her cards
glaze
right.
over and filled
She
with the same
spits in our
blue arcane
face.
energy that Clarota was briefly having drift out of his eyes. Ular stops struggling, and the mouth goes into this weird grin for a second and just calmly says, "Liberation. Liberation is what it brings us. Liberation from physical limitation. Liberation from the pain of the light." And she looks up as she says that. "We all shall rise. Kavarn, the guiding darkness. The sun shall hold no sway, and we shall walk the surface once again."
What is all this poppycock?
What is Kavan?
Kavarn came to us, showed us how, through unification, we could be better.
I
than
didn't
we
ask
ever
what
were.
he did, I asked what he is.
Kavarn. At which point there's a shudder in her body, and the eyes go from the strange blue color to this strange swimming black that covers the entirety of each eye. At which point she kind of shakes for a second. Her shoulders shift, and you can clutch her in your arms. As you do, you see the blackness now has that same kind of green glow that the rest of them had, but it's kind of framing the pools of shadow that her eyes have become. Her jaw falls slack for a
Hi,
second.
Kavarn,
and
I
this
was gonna
voice
say.
comes through.
Kavarn is coming through.
There we are. I can see you all so clearly. Not me. You'd be surprised, Dragonborn. Oh, you're pretty good. Word has reached my ears. But to see you, to look upon you is everything.
Well, he kind of answered our
You
question
are
for us.
close, yes. Come to me as my guests. I invite you. The temple doors are open.
Will there
I'd
be?
like to see you in person.
Can you be more specific? Like, do we go left or right? No, so specific.
You're already on the right path. Come to me. You are my treasured guests.
Which point the blackness
I feel
in the
like the
eyes
queen
begins
is
to
going to
intensify,
die after
begin to
this.
spill like black tears from the face. Her body shudders before the back kind of convulses and then falls limp, a little bit of smoke rising from the mouth.
I check her pulse.
Queen is dead.
She is definitely given up the ghost.
She's given up the ghost.
Does she have anything
I
awesome
mean-
that we can take?
I wasn't going to say it.
You're looting
I
her
was
already?
waiting.
Let's loot her before we
for
even
someone
drop
else
her
to say
dead
it.
body.
A mercenary.
Still lifted in the arms
Dad, can we take her out?
of Elemental Keyleth. Rob her blind.
Alright, so as
Literally.
you guys
No
glance
pun
around, you
intended.
find,
Rob her blind.
Other than the usual assortment of objects you find, the armored Duragar, the Emberhold make.
Vax'ildan is going to go pick at the charred remains of the Illithid.
I'm going into the tent to look. I want to
Okay.
check out the queen.
Okay. You go check
Vax
out the
goes
charred
and
remains.
picks out
they are charred. They are
the
remains.
Illithid.
There is what looks to be about 86 gold in the body, but most anything of use has been charred or destroyed.
On the
There's
Illithid. We
remains of a breastplate
fireballed
that
him
is burnt
good,
over,
so.
that most of the Mind Flayers use as a basic form of protection. As you inspect her body, as the earth elemental drops her with a thud to the ground.
I rolled an 18 for Arcana. I wanted to check.
Okay. You do notice there is a silver circlet across her forehead that does give off a sort of magical aura.
Ooh, shiny.
She carries on her one viscous, kind of reddish potion that is familiar to you in the kind of healing accoutrement of various potions you've had in the past.
Cat's up.
It is a potion of greater healing.
Yeah, and we haven't used the yellow potion yet.
Yeah, we still have the yellow liquid
There is
that
another
could
potion
turn us into
that has
something.
almost a blue frosty color to it. And as you take the vial from where it sits in the rest,
It's cold.
the actual glass that contains the liquid has a
Frost crystals.
a
I was
layer
gonna
of
say
frost
right away, it's
crystals
got to
around
be
it.
cold.
Do you want?
Could have a picnic, probably.
I'm going to remember that you're the one who suggests drinking random yellow liquids, and I'm going to bring you a vial of yellow liquids.
Make a make
Just saying.
Make an investigation check.
Me, yes.
Can I also check as well as the? We already checked the queen. You already checked the queen.
Yes.
Can
He's
we check
almost done checking the queen.
the elf and the dwarf that?
And
we
could I
have
ask
as-
Pike to heal me? Because I look like a game of tic-tac-toe.
I know we should check on Grog.
Yeah, Grog was
Don't
all
think of
sorts
me,
of beat
please.
up.
I won't even fucking
Grog was all
listen to
marked
you.
up
Standing
and
I'm so happy
she was
about
gonna
that.
use him to make
What'd you roll investigation?
some sort of
13? Okay.
creature
Can't seem to find
follower
anything out of
person
the remains
thing.
of Mind Flayer, unfortunately.
I dropped my earth elemental form.
Okay. The earth around your form seems to just crumble like a layer of rock. Hits the ground and kind of dissolves into the stone beneath
See,
you.
I told you it was Keelan.
Were you watching? Were you watching, Grog? Grog, you were watching.
I totally was. It was amazing what you did.
I'm proud of you.
Could you do it again?
After we take a short rest.
I think this counts.
Totally, this probably does count as a short rest.
Inside, it looks like there is some traveling blankets, some furs. You do also find a small case that contains a bunch of empty vials. There is one filled vial, a very large vial.
That's cool.
superior healing.
Superior healing. All right. Great.
All right, we got a
And
bunch of
find-
useful things. Nothing crazy.
What the hell?
Everyone's in little pieces of paper.
I placed a circlet on my head.
What is it?
Travis needs to tell Matt
a curse
to
item.
heal
Can't
him
have
as
an iron
Pike.
stone either, by the way.
Because
One of
Pike
the-
is our major
I thought
healer
that
over here,
it
and
was
Pike
a-
is not here.
It's a head
So Matt
slot,
has to do
like
it
you
for
have
him.
to- They both
And
can't
for
share the same
iron
space.
stones, I could have up to 3 in that head slot.
Correct.
Okay.
Maybe give it to Scanlan. Scanlan, do you have anything in your head slot?
Just my cunning wit. I don't even know what a head slot is. Then I,
show you.
for those,
Your
for the time
head
being,
slot.
I take off the iron stone.
I don't
dissipate
even
it,
know what a head
and
slot
put it
is.
on.
Okay.
It's like a
This
role-playing
essentially
game.
allows me to
Wear a hat
Anyone
or
who
something.
wears it.
anywhere
A helm.
anywhere where it can maintain a 2 concentration spells for 2 rounds.
Oh, I
Oh,
need
that's
that.
great for
Oh,
you.
yes.
Really good for you.
Wait, what
was
was
the
the
other
other
thing
thing
that
that you just took off?
Could you do
that
that cheer
was my
where I
iron
feel a
stone,
lot
like
better
a
after you
sword
do it?
Pike comes up and says, I'm sorry, Grog goes over.
There we go.
Some of
I was gonna say,
Upon you.
Matt has to do it. There we go. Matt as
As she's
Pike.
about to,
He doesn't
Kimo
have anything on his
kind of
head.
pushes her aside.
Okay.
Says,
Ah,
Now you're the
walks
same.
up.
Now
and you
Keem
can
has
see
got
I take it off.
this divine glowing energy
Please touch me.
fills her hands. She reaches out and touches you, and this warmth fills it. This warmth fills your torso. Using her lay hands ability,
lay on hands.
Lady Kima.
What a name for it.
You for
She uses her lay on hands
30 points
ability
of damage.
as she makes you feel so good inside.
Did I find anything on the other people?
Thank you, Kima.
You look through the bodies. There looks like most of them are dormant.
Well, that was more than the fireball did damage. The damage of the fireball was 31 from Tiberius. So he more than gained back the damage from the fireball.
Oh, wait, I get to go twice because it's under that. That was great.
I took one of my hit dice too. Now I'm almost back.
16.
Actually, you do have
Yeah, you're not able to really pull anything from their bodies, unfortunately. However, after Kima finishes healing you, Kima walks over to the dwarf corpse as you're inspecting it, and kind of gives it a look over and
She probably knew him.
shakes her head.
She know
What
him?
do you see, Kima?
This is one of my companions.
Oh no!
Well, judging by the scars across his body, he had already been made a thrall of one of the.
That's what they were trying to do to Grog.
Most likely the one that finished Vax'ildan.
He
There
was
was-
already a thrall.
Yeah, he was already
To bring him
taken.
back at this point, I fear.
Is that what they would have done to Grog?
Yes.
And then, as you guys all
That
look
is
at Grog,
definitely-
you can
that's
see
what I was
he
saying
has
earlier.
Hundreds upon hundreds of small
Incisions
scars
and
across
stuff.
his body, fresh wounds that have kind of just barely sealed. It looks like they've done a number on him with a bunch of small blades, hooks, razors. It's hard to tell, but he is just coated with small cuts.
It's been interesting.
You look really manly now.
Now.
Now. You needed to get cut up with
Have we done some healing?
blades and
Has healing been done?
hooks.
You guys
To look manly?
You wanna heal yourselves,
Yes.
you
My
can-
God, Grog is already
Yes.
as
The time.
manly as they come, pretty much,
For an
without
intermission.
the marks.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Is it? What time is it?
It's 8:20. I mean, it's 8:24.
Did she abuse my naughty bits?
So I just begun.
Did she abuse
that's
my
just-
naughty bits?
We went right into battle.
I wanted to talk to my team.
Okay.
Well, apparently they're going on break, and we're literally at
Let's
the 10-minute mark.
Vax is walking off into the distance to urinate.
Let's
on
let
a-
them finish
on a
this.
Stalagmite or stalactite,
They,
whatever
it said
you
no
wanna go around.
intermission, I think,
Well,
so.
we'll wait for Vax to be back.
We'll bring him up to speed.
Just
later.
talk loudly.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Where's Kima?
She's like right here.
She's right here,
Kima's
looking at her
looking
dwarf friend.
looking over the body of
Yeah.
the dwarf that's fallen.
Speak.
Kima was
that's
the
a
last
relief.
one to talk.
Oh.
Checking her companion.
Do you not want to do information? I don't want to talk about I look over at Kima.
Earmuffs, Kima.
No, that's awkward.
You want me to distract her?
It's like
Yeah, the worst thing you could do is tell the person
I'll distract
earmuffs.
her. I'll distract
Not
her.
only is that almost somewhat insulting because you're treating him like a child, but she is probably not going to like that we're keeping secrets in front of her.
Can you
You be nice.
Can you take a walk with me?
Yeah.
I would like to persuade you to take a walk.
Don't take his money.
It's okay.
Go ahead and make a persuasion.
Yeah, like all of this is not looking good. Kima's going to be like, what is going on here? I'm not an idiot. Why are you all trying to manipulate the situation?
Concerned look and goes,
It's just there's this thing on my body. I thought maybe you could take a look at it and you could tell me if it's good or bad.
oh dear. No, please.
It's
Okay,
like
do
bluish.
not drop
It's
the
like
And
bluish.
the two of you begin to walk away for a moment, away from the party, briefly, while the rest of you are left behind too.
Scanlan, do you have an
I
earring?
have an earring.
Okay, so Scanlan can hear.
I use
So Scanlan
my
can hear
minor
because of his
illusion,
earring.
like a purple third nipple on me that I sort of show her and ask her if it's okay or if it's just kind of.
Okay, things are getting a little weird.
A little weird. He creates a purple third nipple.
Is this normal?
None of this is normal.
It's just I trust you.
None
I
of this
know
is
you.
normal.
You know, we had that thing back there, and then Keyleth was yelling at you. What was that all about?
We're all
Let's
under a
girl
lot of
talk.
duress.
Let's
Under a
girl
lot of
talk.
duress.
Let's girl
The more and
talk.
more things, people have emotions, and I understand that. It's all right. And she pulls the leather gloves off that are part of the leather armor set, and he kind of begins to inspect you. In the meantime, you guys continue your discussion.
Yeah, what does Keyleth got to say?
Get out of here.
What? Why?
Look, we've got Grog. We've got Kima. We came here to find Kima. That was our mission. I don't trust her.
We found her, but we can't leave without her.
So I'm walking back from IP, and I've overheard this. We were sent here to bring back Kima.
And now you want to abandon her?
She's not
Shake,
going to
shake,
come
shake.
with us until we've killed this Quran.
Keyleth,
That's true.
what's your problem with Kima?
Yeah, like Keyleth's got a lot of problems.
She just gave me the wrong vibe.
Like,
up front.
maybe I have an
Well,
advantage
she's-
knowing that
she's
Kima
been very rude.
is a
She's been very
ally in the future.
True.
Right. But look what happened. She's brought countless people down here, only to meet their end.
Well, none of those people are us.
Right. But
They
not
met their
yet.
end because they got captured.
Like-
Who's stronger?
Do you
I think
know
she is-
something we don't, Kima?
Yeah, like Keyleth's like got such a thing
All I know
against Kima. She's
is
talked
that
down
only
to
a
her,
fool
been very
believes that
disrespectful.
His path is the most virtuous. See,
at which-
and he's got an intelligence.
I
of
want to
6.
use my inside check on Keyleth.
Okay.
I want to see her intentions.
Inside the group.
Yeah. I don't blame him because she's acting kind of crazy, and she's like,
All right.
and she's acting like she might be hiding something. Yeah. Marisha was twirling that thing like, there is something.
Get on camera. Over here.
Whisper in camera. He used to do this all the time.
So Keyleth
When
is
shit
up
goes
to
down
something.
and all
What
this
is going
can't
on?
happen, He whispers.
It was too obvious. And honestly, it makes perfect sense because it was too obvious that she's up to something. She has it out for Kima. She has been, I said it before, very disrespectful. This is our mission. Regardless of your feelings towards her, we were sent here by Allura Vysoren, and you're like talking shit and talking like.
Support Felicia Day.
As you finish your statement as well, Clarota steps up and says,
I wholeheartedly agree. She is unstable.
Maybe Clarota
Cannot be trusted. in
is
her
tainting the mind of Keyleth.
Look,
Hold on a second. That's unfair. That's unfair.
why?
It has been a long road. Keyleth, I know you've had a hard time. We all have. I know we're miles below the surface of the world. We're together. We are family. And everyone here is here for you.
I love
as
the
you
running
have
water.
been for us. Now I say we camp for the night. inside this schmuck's tent.
All right, everybody, that is it for the Vox O'Clock portion of episode 9. I didn't want to stop. I clearly went way over what I said I would. I was going to do 10 minutes. I did like over 15 minutes. I'm so intrigued by what's going on right now. I've said so many countless times, why is Keyleth so against Kima? It's to the point of disrespect, and like, I just don't get it. Like, for someone to be that much of like a pushback against Kima, I was thinking like, I don't know what to think. Am I missing something? Is it that like I have the advantage of knowing that in the future Kima is our ally? Because I've seen all 3 seasons of the animated show, those of you who don't know. And I know from season 3 that Kima is like a very strong ally of ours and helped us take down dragons, literally. So, I don't know. A part of me was thinking maybe I have the advantage of knowing that she's not up to shenanigans. But then Vax is like, yo, I'm going to check her. And Marisha immediately starts twirling her pen like, oh shit, and definitely looked guilty of something. Matt went over, whispered this whole thing into his ear, but now Vax is like covering for her or sort of like being like, yo, I get it, Keyleth, we're family. Like the way Vax is conveying this, he's like, let's go take, a rest. We'll go camp out for the night in this schmuck's tent is what he said exactly. And that to me is meaning that either he knows something that isn't as crazy as I thought it might be, or maybe he wants to go rest and then talk it out with the other people, like wait till Keyleth's not around. I don't know. I'm very curious. I'm quite intrigued with what is going on because something's going on. And even when he started saying this, Keyleth was like, why are you saying this? Like something's not right. And I didn't think it was in like within the group that we're hiding secrets, but clearly something's up. Because he did whispers. He wouldn't have whispered if it was something that wasn't important, obviously. It would have just been like, no, Keyleth's totally fine. She checks out. All's good. Granted, he only rolled a 14, so I feel like he probably got some information, but like, I don't know, maybe 14 was just enough to get the thing he needed to know. Because I always say 13 to me is like on the cusp. Like sometimes it might be good, sometimes it might be bad. So 14 is higher than a 13, clearly. That might have been enough. I don't know. All I know is I'm very interested now to the point where I'm thinking the fact that Clarota jumped in and had a little addition to that saying like, I totally agree with what Keyleth is saying. I'm almost wondering if Clarota has some sort of hold on Keyleth. But Keyleth, throughout battles and everything, is doing what she should. She turned into the elemental. I don't know, maybe it's only when necessary he taps in. Like I've said from the beginning, I don't trust Clarota. I just don't trust him because he's an illithid. He sucks out brains and eats them. We've seen him do it. He was gaining power the last time he did. I don't trust Clarota. Even though I dig the character and I love the character, I want to trust him. I don't have any reason to not trust him other than the fact that he eats brains, and I don't know him as well as everybody else in the group. But clearly I don't know Keyleth as well as I knew her if she's keeping secrets, but I feel like that might be connected. The fact, like I said, that Clarota immediately backed her up is making me think that he's part of it. It's almost like if you mind controlled somebody or brainwashed them, and you're trying to use them to make your point, but then like people are starting to ask questions, so you're like, well, I think she's right. I agree with her too. Yeah, because you're the one probably controlling her, maybe? Am I crazy? That's where I'm going with it. Also, the fact that Clarota isn't in the animated show from the start of the Briarwood arc, which I know is like in the next 20 episodes or so, I'm thinking that Clarota, I said it many times too in other episodes, either Clarota is doing us dirty and we kill him off, or Clarota we accomplish the goal and Clarota goes off and does his own thing. I don't know. The fact that I don't know Clarota, and this is before the Briarwood arc, is making me also have doubts about him. Just how, like, I have the advantage of knowing Kima is good. And we already know that Kima and Clarota were having it out with each other. So, I don't know. But I'm going to go edit this up. You guys live stream on Friday. We have an hour and 25 minutes now. So, it's going to be a short one. I'll post it early. Get the 50 likes. We'll jump into episode 10. We missed it last week, but we also would have had far less time had we hit it. So, maybe we'll do what we did last time, and we'll do some videos. We did hot drinks from Wendy's commercials from the 80s and stuff like that. I'm always down for shenanigans. So, you guys let me know what you think. You want to see more of what I do in the description description is the link for Patreon, where you'll see the Patreon hour exclusive for every episode of Campaign 1 and 2. You want your own requested show or movie, go to the link, ask me to watch whatever you want at a certain tier level, and I will do so. That is how we have thousands of exclusives like Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest. We are jumping into Season 4 of Once Upon a Time, started Leverage, Warehouse 13, Pushing Daisies, Good Omens, just finished up with Eureka, and Cobra Kai's final seasons. Ramba 1/2 just ended, Outer Banks, we're doing Severance and Yellow Jackets new seasons, thousands of other movies and shows full unedited. Check it out. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.